we're gonna see it happen. So happy star Rune, happy star Estelle. This is I think this is a good reason for both. I think Nikki Minilin took Chronoboost over, so I guess it gives her more dashes to hop around the village. But yeah, I think this is a cool comp from both teams, and I'm not sure how they can scale. I'm not sure who will scale a little harder. But yeah, you can see Kazan pick. You can see already Nikki just jumping around. That's a lot of dash, and even kills Pyruni with her open form primary. This Kazan is a demon, and yeah, Finny Teehee as wild. Okay, but Pyruni only team to get level 2. He has banished, so you gotta worry a little bit more about really playing on the corners now. So like that dash that Nikki has, if Pyruni is there waiting, that could be a dead Nikki Minilin right there. But Mako also hits level 2. You can see her special. Everyone hits level 2 now, and first barriers go down for both teams. And then now this battle for the second barrier is going to be the hardest one, and Pyruni shows reason for his rune pick, gets double banished, but not yet that grown rune with the awakenings that will let him debuff them, or that will banish them for long enough. But regardless, that was really good primary placement from Pyruni. Gets the second barrier. Flambeau preemptively uses burst. I think Yin Kirby probably wanted to burst there, so I think this is really good. And Yin is really low. Nikki is looking for him. She has hook, I believe. So it's just a matter of getting him down low enough for Nikki to finish. Oh, and that was really good chain from Pyruni and Mexic Casual. And oh my goodness, this is amazing. Nikki put at her death with the double pillar into Mexic Casual primary. Mexi does have to burn that flip for core control. Doesn't want to lose that second barrier, but that also does stall it long enough for Nikki to come back, but doesn't matter because Yin was able to hold on to his flip and then was able to use it straight past Mr. Flambeau, and that's just a quick 1 point each. And so for the third point, they both have a little bit more to adjust. Nikki probably doesn't want to die like that again, but this is special rune. I think Mr. Flambeau probably wants to. Mr. Flambeau or Weston, they need to kind of be there to body block the double pillars from happening. But I mean, this is just really hard to do so right now. But I think once the train gets rolling, oh my goodness, Pyruni, so devastating with the hits, and gets Flambeau out of the game as well. Flambeau is coming back in 3 though. That's a really good Asher goalie from Weston. And I do think Zentaro is going to struggle a lot against scoring with Asher. Scoring against Asher because Weston can just click primary and it stops a lot of Zentaro's shenanigans. But also Pyruni has been so on point with his banishes that I could see this wearing down just gradually and rotate to, yeah, you can see it just, Pyruni's just ready with his ult, and with the Happy Star he just gets so much of it. And he can just kind of play the way he wants, and that's a really good save from Mr. Flambeau, and lets Weston get up there in time to push it out together. And so the core goes back up to the midfield. Pyruni has his flip. He wants to probably use it in a more productive manner. Nikki just jumps out of the way, and Nikki Minilin is a beast. She gets the crooked leverage and uses it to just shoot around the Mako. And I think Kazan, I personally think Kazan has a pretty hard time against Mako as well, but I guess not if your name is Nikki Minilin in Omega Strikers, because you can just crooked leverage your way out of anything. And now makes Casual getting beat up and doesn't even need to flip. Nikki Minilin saves her flip. Mr. Flambeau almost has flip. Super good energy conservation by Handless Dogs, and yeah, really good 2-1. I think Pyruni was looking invincible there for a second with his unbeatable there with his rune specials, but yeah, really good plays from Handless Dogs. And Mr. Flambeau and Weston each just kind of guarding a barrier each, not letting either of them slide, and Pyruni uses his special with little effect, and now we have a double energy blue team just slowly rotating around Oni, and Mexic Casual loses the second barrier. This is going to be really scary, especially with the double flip, like we said, and Pyruni's getting marked by Nikki, and there we go. Nothing you can really do there unless unless you counter flip somehow really well, and that's a really good first set from Handless Dogs. That's very good play. And I think it says a lot that this was, I think, a relatively quick first set on Onis, even though both goalies kind of countered other brawlers, right? Asher counters Zentaro, Mako counters Kazan, but both teams' brawlers have proven, forwards have proven that they can get it around. They can get it around, or they can get it through. In the case of Pyruni, so and Yin, obviously. So yeah, so that's how it goes. Rune gets more cooldowns with Spark of Focus. That's kind of disturbing. But Nicki Minolin gets 1-2 punch, and I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be a really scary Kazan potentially. And Mixed Casual with the missile prop is also really good. But yeah, for now we'll see how it goes. Nicki Minolin stuns Mixed Casual, but Weston gets banished with the Happy Star Rune, and now it's Flambeau and Weston kind of holding it down to the net while Nikki tries to not die, and Mixed Casual using Strike Shot cooldown to try and kill her, but yeah, Nikki just goes to the orb now. She dodged one Strike Shot, and that's all she needed. And Weston, wonderful Strike Shot. Pyruni's primary, not quite, I don't think quite had the range. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really scary rune, but I think for now, the pressure, the one keeping the pressure on right now is Nicki Minolin's Handless Dogs. And I mean, this is good defensive ult by Zentaro. I mean, I think it's big that you have a barrier left on Oni. So I think currently I shouldn't say stuff because I just ruin things for our teams. I don't know why I say that. But yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a big relief to the Runic Dreamers. But wow, that was a really cool move by Pyruni. But unfortunately, it doesn't come to fruition. And Weston just slowly working with the core, and yeah, wonderful clear there in timing with the rune barrier going down. And so Flambeau and Weston building up offense, kicking it deep into the depths of Oni Village. Weston misses the slide, and that's gonna cost him. He can't get back fast enough. And wow, Mexicasual. Okay, that's Mexicasual. All right. I mean, weird things happen on Oni Village sometimes. So that was not how you wanted to go. So first barrier down for Zentaro moment. I mean, wonderful catch from Handless Dogs. Pyruni uses his defensive burst, and that's okay. Gets the first barrier, stops the power play, and gets the barrier. I think that's really good from Pyruni. And Yin Kirby is back, trying to kill Nicki Minolin, but not if a goal goes in like that. Mr. Flambeau, I mean, just gets it in. All eyes on the Kazan, and then Estelle just slips it through right between Mexicasual and the top part of the goal. And yeah, this set, winning this set is going to be really big for Pyruni and Yin Kirby, especially because this rune is on the way to something special. Like, and yeah, okay, so Yin killing Nikki here, I think that's gonna be really huge. But oh, and the double ban from Pyruni, and like I said, oh, Weston has his dodge. Weston has his dodge, and Mr. Flambeau is back, ready to help defend, and Nikki is also back now, and they can stop the power play, get the offense going. Nikki just jumps up, stops the secondary from Mexicasual, and yeah, I think it's back to game on, back to neutral point, and that's a lot of damage just onto Yin Kirby from Weston. I think that was dash primary plus path splitter into Flambeau primary, so that's a lot of damage just piled on top of him. Yin makes it back though, so that was relatively irrelevant, I will say, and that's why Asher can counter Zentaro so well. Zentaro's dumped a lot of cooldowns, but Weston just cool as a cucumber, presses a button, and suddenly, just like that, Zentaro is negated. Pyruni's banishes, these are crazy. Nicki Minolin just body blocking the pillar though, and you gotta watch out if you're Kazan. You gotta watch out between the levels of 1 and Omega. So 6 happens to be between 1 and 10. So Nikki has to watch out. And Pyruni, you can see, really wanting that kill. Nikki preemptively uses her evade, and I think that's fine. And she does have one more evade just in case. Mexicasual knows it, so just lets the primary go for corner control. Nikki does live. I think Pyruni slightly missed the combo maybe, or was distracted by Flambeau, so Nikki gets to live because the double barrier didn't quite come up in time, and Flambeau just takes advantage of that. And oh, Weston dodged, I think he striked, and then Yin just kind of went through him with his Zentaro passive. I think that was a crazy sequence. I want to see that again. So we see kickoff again. I think Mr. Flambeau has been doing a really good job. He even dodges not using flip for against Pyruni, who Pyruni and Yin Kirby both have full energy, by the way, now, and Flambeau and Nikki do not. And Pyruni, that was a really good teleport to save bottom barrier, but bottom barrier is gone now. But another sequence, Kazan tipper, just unfortunate misses sometimes. And then Yin Kirby flips, baits out Asher primary, and then just comes in. Oh, and Pyruni comes in. Weston couldn't get the orb because of that, so he has no core flip. And then by the time Weston got the flip, he was too late to stop Yin Kirby's special, actually. So yeah, this was a really critical set for the Rune Dreamers to get, and they did. So we're gonna see Zentaro here. I think he gets Spark of Strength. Yeah, which scales with agility. Estelle's getting stacks, which I think it's good because Mr. Flambeau has been doing a really good job of keeping out of harm's way for now. It's really focused on Nikki. Nikki gets Big Fish, and which does let Twin Drive go through to Mako, and Asher does get built different. Overall, I want to say red team feels a little better after this draft here. But Nikki Minilin getting more stagger might come in really clutch because, I mean, Nikki has really good movement here. She just needs a little more stagger to help when it's just checkmate for her, like she can't dodge abilities. And yeah, I mean, you can see just Mako also holds down. You hold down primary Asher who blocks Zentaro. I hold down secondary and block Kazan. And there's definitely a little struggle there. And Mr. Flambeau and Yin Kirby did a little watchful thing, and then core advantage goes, and yeah, just really really strong plays right now from Yin and the team. Runic Dreamers, very strong. They won that with both barriers intact, so they really want to get something done. Oh, okay, Kazan tipper, just easy first barrier, and that's probably got Handless Dogs feeling pretty good about themselves. Weston actually didn't want to lose that barrier quite as easily. Oh, and the core misses the bottom part of the top barrier for Runic Dreamers just very slightly. And Weston gets banished by just on the side. But it's okay, it's a barrier trade. And Mr. Flambeau did use a special, but he has his burst left. And Nikki was setting him up for that, but unfortunately it wasn't quite there. And Mako primary trying to get it back to Yin Kirby didn't happen. Now Mako has to burn her flip because Nikki Minilin just dashes in. That's a Chronoboost dash Kazan, by the way. So that's kind of funny. And yeah, we see going Weston is banished again, but now he's back. Now he has flip, and now you know Pyruni doesn't have Happy Star yet. Oh, that was a really good clear from Weston. I don't think the Runic Dreamers were expecting that. Flambeau, oh, almost gets a shot with his put a secondary into special, and oh, Weston slightly misses his dash. I think that was an unexpected angle, and that goes in. And just as the second set was really critical for our Runic Dreamers, the third set is critical now for both of the teams. And we see the players shuffle around, making sure they're in their best positions. And Weston does get caught off guard a little by Yin Kirby's dash. What a bold dash it was too. And yeah, Dolberry gone with the flip. The flip doesn't kill, which is good. And Flambeau does manage to get the evade off, so he doesn't get completely shot by Rune. Yeah, so but Weston is put on a ventilator right now. He's on a timer. Yin can kill him. Weston burns his primary just to stay alive a little longer, but Flambeau's gonna need to come and help. He wants that orb so desperately. He can't go out because Pyruni's here. He can't go in because Yin is here. Oh, what do you do as Weston? Weston's still alive, and that lets him get it. He dodges Yin Kirby. He burns Yin Kirby's dash. And now Nikki Minilin, crooked leverage. That is the bread and butter of all Kazans, and Nikki is so good at this. And Nikki has flip. She can hold. Pyruni has burst. That was such a fight put up by Dogs, but I think that last draft might have been a little hard for Handless Dogs. I'll say it. I think it's good that Rune's last on this draft, because I guess, I mean, how do you deny Rune here, right? Zentaro gets heavy impact. Yin's already a monster here, so I think this draft might be a nail in the coffin. I mean, do they just deny rapid fire prime time? They do. Mako purposely wasn't taking it so Rune could take either, so they double deny to Rune. They even get reverb. I think that's fair. Rune gets timeless, I think, or siege. Are they splitting it? Okay, Mako gets glass, Rune gets siege. I think that's fair. I think that's good. I mean, Pyrudi doesn't need more creation side. He's fine with that. And yeah, wow, that looks so smooth. What a Kazan dash with the hook. I'm very, very impressed. And Weston and Flambeau, you can tell they're so comfortable with playing around each other with the defense. But like, what can you do when Rune's banishing you? You know, Yin's killing you. I think this is just Runic Dreamers just really, really good right now. Looking really solid on Oni Village, even with, you know, a Rune who is... Oh! I mean, Zentaro moment, except for this is positive if you're Zentaro. Weston dashes into, I think it was going to be a dash primary, but gets hit by the final hit of Zentaro ult, and straight back you go. Unfortunately, that's heavy impact Zentaro with double spark, and one of them's a spark of strength. So this is pretty strong. And Weston's doing a valiant effort to keep it alive, but the offense, the momentum is all on Team Runic Dreamers right now. It's Pyruni and Yin. Pyruni's looking for a way to get it to Yin. Yin comes in to help and sets up his special, which burns Weston's core flip. I mean, we got to remember though that Mr. Flambeau has rapid fire, and Nikki also has prime time. And I mean, I was gushing about both of their core control capabilities, like Nikki's crooked leverage and stuff like that, and you can see that it just comes in so handy all the time. And every time Mixed Casual wants to use a special, no problem, open form primary stun. So yeah, like I think this is still a really strong pickup for Nikki and Flambeau. So I think we gotta see. And also Weston having more cooldowns, always gonna be good. His primary again does counter Zentaro's. They really rely on Pyruni to do that, like do that special. But yeah, so I mean, when the core finds its way over, Nikki just threads the needle. Amazing play from handless dogs. I think it's crazy. I mean, I genuinely don't know if they can kill at this point. I think they should be using all abilities kind of like core control out of the way, but yeah, it's okay if they can't throw hands, because they hit those angles just like that, and Nikki's finally hitting the angles that she's been missing for the first two sets. Like by the hair's breadth, she's readjusted, and it looks really strong, honestly. And yeah, this is a really good fourth set for handless dogs, and just like that, Nikki Middleton with the cricket leverage redirect just around Mixed Casual secondary. And my gosh, I mean, am I sure anymore that Mako counters Kazan? I think Kazan's just good. I don't know. So, oh my gosh, look at that Pyruni primary. This is kind of crazy. He doesn't have, oh, a siege machine. Okay, so that extra siege machine really threw Weston off there, I think. But double barrier on the other side of the field, that is crazy. And Weston even gets the Strike War win against Yin Kirby. I thought it was over the moment Yin Kirby used his primary, but Nikki Middleton also just wonderful core control there at the front, just keeping the pressure on. Mr. Flambeau has to use a special. Weston has to use a special, but the pressure, they maintain the pressure. And Flambeau, you can see Weston and Flambeau kind of used to Pyruni ult now. Weston just respecting the special and just saying, you know what, I'll just use on if I hear Rune use a special, I'm just going to go elusive, and I think that's fair. But that does mean that he doesn't have an elusive here. Nikki Middleton, what a wonderful redirect. That was almost a goal, but Mexi Casual really clean with those primaries, Mako primaries. And you see Nikki Middleton also moving a little bit to dodge Mako cage without burning any skills, and that's gonna be huge later on. And oh my gosh, Weston's winning these strike wars, and Flambeau stuns Yin Kirby, letting Weston get a nice clear. And with this Asher special, oh, Weston tried to dodge, but she couldn't get away with it. Doesn't matter, Flambeau is here, and they are, handless dogs are throwing hands again. Nikki burns the flip. I think that was, they don't want it to go to overtime again, because I think creation characters are so good in overtime, and they just really want to end it there, and they almost did too if it wasn't for pesky Mexi Casual and his skills. But no matter, Nikki Middleton is here. And wow, what a turnaround on set 4. We are going to set 5. This is a wonderful competitive game here. Yeah, excessive indeed. This is crazy. This is perfect form out for Zentaro. This is all bis for Zentaro out. I think they just surrender that, and Nikki goes recovery drone. I mean, Zentaro's happy with anything he picks. He can get triple spark. There it is. Rune gets perfect form too. He can get it. Yeah, there it is. Just infinite cooldowns for everyone. I mean, you won the set. You won the set. If you're handless dogs right now, all right, you won the set. You can't feel good about this. You know, this is really, really unfortunate. I think Might of the Colossus Asher really cool. But Weston's not a forward, unfortunately. They really have to play out of their minds to beat this perfect form among Titans Rune. I mean, he has just... And extra special, this is Rune with all three of his favorite things. Pyruni is huge. Not in the literal sense, but in the metaphorical sense of the minds, right? Like, Pyruni, if he wants, he can just banish Nicki Minolin right here and like make her use a recovery drone or something like that. But yeah, again, I think Weston is going to be really strong again. That power on Asher, even if it's goalie, isn't something to be trifled with. And Flambeau just has to live because he does have Super Surge. He can go everywhere. When Mexicasual least expects it, he can snipe. Nicki Minolin tanks the Mako primary for Weston. And that was really, really cool teamwork. And you can see these redirects happen. And Pyruni reads Nicki Minolin's crooked leverage, and he just puts it back up to Yin Kirby, who manages to get it past Weston, even though Weston was trying his darned hardest to survive here. And yeah, I think Flambeau is holding the keys to a handless dog's victory here, but this is really, really tough. The win condition for handless dogs. Oh, Nicki wasn't there in time. She's just a little too slow for now. And Flambeau goes off the field again. And you really hate to see it here. This was a rough fifth draft for handless dogs. And again, like I was saying earlier, the win con was already very technical and difficult. But now with Rune being so strong, I think it's just that much harder. Weston might need to flip here, but he doesn't. And Flambeau just gets it out. What a... So cool. So masterful. And Nicki Minolin, oh my goodness, she gets the double barrier just like that. What is this person? What is this Kazan? And wow, just like that, a flip around everything, honestly. Wow. What do you say to that? 1-1 just like that, keeping it competitive, Nicki Minolin. But they do have no evades anymore, and just like, yeah, Nicki's gonna go out. Restoration is gone. But yeah, but it does let her continue to be in the play. So that's definitely a lot better, and it's also better that she went out at a 1-1 situation than a 2-0 situation. So I'll say I think she's earned her keep for using that restoration recovery drone. And Flambeau, yeah, Super Surge, he can just dash anywhere he wants. Mexicasual can't clear without thinking about that Estelle. You really got to think about her. And dash in with Yin Kirby. Weston blocks it. Flambeau is just keeping it in with the primary. This is wonderful Estelle play, by the way. I'm just gonna say it. And then Weston is just clearing it, and Yin Kirby and Pyruni, they use both their when the dust settles, right, they use both of their flips, and they don't really have much for it. That might be it for Nicki Minolin though, and so it's Flambeau and Weston back again. The dynamic duo, they've been holding it down for so long. Can he do it again? No, Weston's just slightly too slow to make it happen. And that's really, really unfortunate. If any of Weston's awakenings had a little bit of speed on it, he would have gotten that, but that's not how it drafted, and he didn't have strike shot. He was too busy saving the goals on everywhere else. So, but I think this has been looking like a really competitive fifth set. Honestly, I was thinking handless dogs were going to be really outscaled here, but I mean, look at those clears that Weston is doing. The double flip though, that's scary. And Mexicasual walking in to Nicki Minolin. Nicki just entrenches herself in the corner, uses an elusive, just smoothly dodges the primary. I mean, what do you do? Oh, some little bit of anti-synergy there. Yin Kirby uses their special, and Pyruni also uses their special. So a little bit of anti-synergy, but doesn't matter. Zentaro moment number 3, this time in the negative sense, and really good flip from Mr. Flambeau. That's really brought back the power play in a 1-1 barrier situation. And Nicki Minolin is back. She's running in, and that was almost a barrier. Mexicasual on it though. He's on point. And now Pyruni is back now. He has flip. He doesn't want to use this flip except to score a goal, right? So Mexicasual, really good cage. Looks for the time where Nicki Minolin's at her weakest, which is using the open form primary because she's static in position, and then just uses cage. But Weston kind of holds, Weston Flambeau and Nicki kind of hold like goats they are, and then now they have pressure again. And oh my gosh, look at that dash! Look at that Chronoboost power dash. We are going to final point, match point for both teams. And energy-wise, it's not too bad. If handless dogs can hold a little bit longer, it's not too bad. It's really not too bad. They use their special, and Rune dies. Energy in favor of handless dogs. This has to get both players sweating right now. And Mexican Casual uses the flip. Doesn't greed for the barrier, which I think is the correct choice here. But Nikki Minilin, potentially double barrier. And oh, but no, just her life. No worries. Just her life. Mako Cage doesn't hit Flambeau, hits the core though, so it still gets a desired effect. Weston uses his flip, but not quite. Mr. Flambeau dodges young Kirby passive, and he still lives. That's a lot of skills burned. And Nikki Manila gets the primary, open 4 primary onto Rune. Rune's out again. Mr. Flambeau's really low though. He might as well be a walking corpse, but there's a big difference between a walking corpse Estelle and a live. And oh my goodness! They just squeeze it through, makes it casual. Wonderful game. Wonderful game of Omega Strikers from Handless Dogs and and Runic Dreamers. Oh my goodness.